Welcome to my, new channel, sort of diary-based channel, journal, daily updates, sort of whatever you want to sort of call it, on this side. I just want to start this really just to have something to reflect back on in years to come, basically. This is heavily influenced by, I think the guy's name is Nick Sarav, or something like that. He's an AI guy, and he does daily updates. They're really cool, so I've basically nicked half this stuff on here, right? Daily update number one, we're on here. Today's date, so it's the 1st of April, 2025. Super late, actually. I think it's nearly 12 o'clock, so we're about to tick over at the moment. And then game plan really for how I want to sort of structure these going forwards. This is subject to change. Again, mostly borrowed from Nick. The first part I want to do is a Q&A, question and answers. If anyone leaves a comment on any of the comments on any leaves the comments on any of the videos on this channel, I'll go through, I'll answer them, general business questions, SMMA questions, entrepreneurship, whatever it might be. I want to hit a daily check-in as well on that side, just in sort of terms of numbers and things, and then a business debrief. So we either go for a bit of strategy, or just sort of what's on our mind and sort of where things are going. So at the minute, there's obviously no Q&A, and daily checks. We want to sort of just set our baseline for where we are at the minute. So the goal really I've got in mind for this year is sort of going for a million a month, right? $1 million per month revenue across, not just one business, across multiple businesses and things. It's a big task. It'll be a real push. I think at the moment we're just sort of shy of 100, to be honest with you. So sort of shy of 100K at the moment on our SMMA agency. Is where we are at the minute. I've got a little bit of a strategy really to get us to that million a month mark. I don't think the SMMA agency itself, it's worth the complexity. The juice isn't really worth the squeeze. The size the team would need to be would just be insane to hit that. The model that we're in, and so what we're treating obviously is med spas, appointment set and lead gen, we take care of a lot of that side of it. And I just think to get that to $1 million a month, it just doesn't make feasible sense. There's much better vehicles to be in. I'm in Dubai at the minute and just sort of seeing the level that some people are operating at when it comes to revenue, business and things in comparison to the complexities. It's crazy. It's just, there's just no difference between it. So the main goal really is $1 million a month on that side. And I'm really breaking that down into a couple of things. So one portion would be the agency. I think no matter what, we'll definitely always keep that running. And I think realistically this year we can scale that solidly within the next 4 to 6 months. Our goal is to get that to 100 clients. We're about 55, 60 at the minute with some bad clients. But 100 clients stable, which should bring in around about £200,000 a month. Whatever that works out to in dollars, it's probably, let's have a look. That is about 260. So that's about 260 USD. Which isn't bad. So that's 1 quarter taken care of. And then with the agency, or with the other revenue streams, I've got a couple of options on here. We've got a few options, right? So having a look at this, we have one, we go hard on the AI stuff. So everyone's obviously going into AI now. The option for that would be an AI build out, which would be nice. We could sell that for, I would assume, around about 8K, around about 8K per build out, plus probably a retainer of around 500 USD a month, which isn't a bad figure at all, to be honest with you. That's decent, targeting things like dental clinics, surgeons, even sort of people in the med spa space right at the minute. We might have to do payment plans for them. So that's one option. AI build out, basically take what we're doing now and just do it as a build and release infrastructure, a la sort of Serge Guittari sort of stuff. The second option on that side is we look at web design, so AI website design, which is basically a hybrid of these two, to be honest with you, where we build a website for them. So we do a full website build out using something like Lovable, or we just hire some developers that do that. And then we add an AI element onto the back end, whether it's, an AI chatbot, AI SEO, or just sort of AI callers on that side of it. Again, that allows us to sort of charge that 500 USD per month. So I think it's definitely something that would be done between these two. And then the final portion, my sort of longer term game plan, is really just when it comes to this channel and the other channel, which is YouTube, right? It's slow to start, obviously, and things on there. And obviously, it's one or two things we can do with the audience. We can give away everything for free, which is kind of my plan on this side of it. And then obviously eventually look at monetization through courses, info product, which is obviously super high ticket, 10 to 15K price point on there. And it's sort of, it's 95% margin really at the end of the day. So that's one option. Or the second option, obviously, is once we've built up that audience, we've got SaaS to look at as a play when it comes to building it out for agency owners or marketers or entrepreneurs to use it to some extent. So the reason I'm looking at these four at the moment and things as we go into it is the agency, we just keep doing what we're doing. We've just had we're really stepping hard on the gas now. We finally just got to a point where we can breathe a little bit. It's been a rough 3 months or so, to be honest with you, a rough 3 months. We took our foot off of we took our foot off of bringing on new clients because historically December's always a quiet time for us. We had a lot to rebalance. So, we've just brought on 3 new setters. So we brought on 3 new setters in our call team that are calling client leads. We've got another 3 on the pipeline, and we're going to be aiming for sort of 3 per month, to be honest with you, for the next sort of 4 to 5 months, to end up around 20, and hopefully we'll net 2. So we'll lose 1, net 2, and obviously fire as we go. As long as we're netting 2, we should be pretty decent. We hired a CSM on that side as well. So we hired a CSM, which has taken up a lot of pressure on the side of having to manage clients, talk to clients and things, and actually grow out. We're hiring a video editor on that side, and we're also hiring a tech guy as it comes through, because I said the agency is at a point where we can really pour some petrol on now and aim for 10 clients a month. That's our goal, really. So within 4 to 5 months, it gets us to that 100 client mark, which is fine. We'll probably lose a few along the way, but that's part and parcel, to be expected. And that is, like I said, that's portion 1 to get us to the 100 client mark. And then past that point, see what the game plan is. Like I said, do we pivot? Do we begin to sell into these 2? My only worry with these 2 is to spread things too thin at the minute. If we start doing AI build outs, web design as a whole, there's so much we have to do internally when it comes to building the team. That has to take priority. The only way we can really utilize these is if it makes sense to sell it to an existing client. So for example, we've got a couple of clients that don't want the calling service. They just want to book in treatments and things like themselves. So that's probably going to be the AI build out system we do for them as a trial, and then push it out to other people. Same from the AI websites. If someone really pushes us for a website, we'll look at that. So the only thing really that will take attention away from what we're doing is the YouTube content at the moment. But with the YouTube content itself, my game plan with that is over the next 4 to 6 months on that journey to 100 clients, we just have to systemize non-stop. Every single element we need to systemize as we come into it, right? We have no choice. It has to happen. We have to get it out there. So my idea is as we systemize a piece of the puzzle, we just feed that back into the main YouTube channel as it comes through. So, we systemize back to the channel, which should mean ideally minus maybe an hour or 2 of planning and things per week. The YouTube content itself shouldn't be too much of a hassle as it comes into it. So that's sort of the ecosystem we're really looking to do. So like I said, game plans that I haven't really explained much on here is to get the agency to around 250 on that side, USD, which I think we can definitely do as it comes through to it. And then look at, like I said, the AI element over the next 3 months as well, and really have that defined as a product that can be launched and can scale quickly and rapidly to get cash through the door. And then again, obviously, like I was saying, then the final portion is all of this feedback to YouTube, mainly for 2 benefits. Like I said, 1, we either sell the course. I do think we get this 2 AI elements up to $1 million a month on its own, if I'm honest with you, because I said if we're selling, an 8K price point and things on there, it's not insane to have a look at it. If we're selling an 8K price point, what's that? So 125 clients a month, not including ongoing retainers and things. So it's probably not out of the realm of being possible, right? On that side, so I think if we split these and we aim for between each of these I guess if we split these into 3 really, I said we've got 250 baseline here, USD, and then between the other three, we've got looking to bag 100 USD each for all of them, which I don't think is that bad at all. It just means each of them doing 100 USD. So it's definitely an achievable goal. This year we can really push for it. Like I said, if we can speak that into existence, that's going to happen for us. So that's a rough game plan. I said content plan of things, I'm lacking probably at the minute, if I'm honest with you, as it comes down. It's just finding the time, but it's needed to have a look at it, which is building out the agency and systemizing, scaling, so things can work and operate without me on the front line. So game plan really for the rest of this week is going to be to get these two roles interviewed and roughly hired and things. We've got a real killer person that just come through a tech, literally our first lead that come through for the tech role, and he looks pretty decent and things. We just send him over a test project now on that side of it. And then outside of that, it's really going to be managing our appointment setting team and training them. There's two things that are taking up my time, or things I'm involved in, right? So the appointment setting team and our call center, basically, right? So our call center, this takes up a lot of my time and things that it needs to take up more, actually, from a training point of view. The other thing is tech jobs. So I had a look through my ClickUp board at the moment and just started categorizing things based on a growth task, a money task, and a system task. So growth obviously is to grow the business. So that might be something like rolling out a new job post, or that might be working on a new call structure, or something that we do at once and it can grow exponentially and continue to grow. And the second type of task we had in there was a system task, which was something that is something we need, but not something that's directly driving growth. So it's separate to revenue, right? So that might be automating a hiring pipeline, right? Which is a thing we have at the moment, which is we have a hiring pipeline between GHL and ClickUp. I want to automate the status on ClickUp to update on GHL, send text messages, etc., etc. Is it possible? Yes. Could I do it? Yes. Is it a good use of my time? Probably not. I enjoy the puzzle aspect of it. I could probably get stuck into it for like half a day, but I'd be much better off focusing on a growth task or the final kind of task, which is a money task, which is direct pounds and pence or dollars and cents through the door. So doing sales calls, prospecting, outreach on that side of it, or connecting with new partnerships, new referral systems, whatever it might be. So at the moment, I looked at my task list and 70% of it is really this tech job. So if I can get somebody on in that tech role, that will buy back so much time for high leverage tasks on the end of it. And then the final part of my day-to-day really is going to be the sales aspect. And so that the final thing is, I guess, vision, right, would be the other final thing. So these are the four portions. The tech job one, we can probably get rid of that, genuinely, probably fairly quickly, to be honest. I mean, I think, like I said, we're close, right? We're close and things on that side of it as we have a look at it, which is good. Now, the other one we have obviously looking at is the sales side, which I'm happy to keep for now. To be fair, we're only trying to bag 10 clients a month. We work with a lot of referrals, a lot of inbound. That's absolutely fine. Vision, obviously, we have no choice on. And then the last thing is for our call center team. We're working on this and slowly upskilling people and moving sort of people into better roles or better fits for them, and just really working with those people who have the loyalty and things on there. So at the minute, like I said, this is how my days sort of split, and it's probably worthwhile to have this monitored down and things just for reference really to look back to. So at the moment, like I said, is if we say this is, we put one of these on as red, which should be fine. Let's go on here. There we go. We said, look, on this side of it, 50% is probably, 75% is red. So, I mean, I don't know what 75% is. I mean, that's your 50. There we go. So it's like 75% of my tasks at the minute, time-wise, are that red sort of, system tasks, right? And then split probably pretty equally between, actually maybe not even equally, actually. I'd say if we say, yellow is for this one, I would say then, probably 25%, if not more, say 30% is dealt with the appointment setting team. And then the final part really is split pretty equally. The last 15% for each of these is between the sales portion on here and also, we haven't got any other colors, do we? Yeah, we do, there we go. So like, I don't know, we'll pick a purple, right? And we can't even see it on there. And that, when realistically, it should all just be, like I said, it should all be sales and vision, and that should be it, especially if we're looking to grow. So My main focus really, I said, over the next 2 to 3 weeks is to remove 90% of those roles, right? So that I can leave for an hour, 2 hours, and systems and things are running well before us. We've been going hard on systems. So that is the game plan itself. Like I said, over the next sort of couple of weeks or so, it will be to have a look at how do we remove all this red system and buy back 75% of my time as we have a look at it. So that's the game plan. And what I'm thinking, like I said, more of a journal, more of a diary might not make sense to me. What hopefully is one thing you guys, somebody, if they are watching this, can sort of take away from it is audit your time. You know, if you've got a ClickUp board and things, or you've got all your time and all your different tasks are on there, go through and just tag them. So just tag each of them in terms of, you know, is this a money task on that end? So yeah, this one's a money task, this one's a money task, this one's a money task, or is it, you know, a task that can be delegated? And that's something really I've avoided for a long time, just because the work is fun to do. For me, I enjoy the problem solving stuff. I enjoy like the vision and the systems and the processes. It's just really not practical in terms of time, to be honest with you. So you need to just go through and just be harsh audit and say, look, any of these red tasks, if this can be employed for, you know, if I can hire somebody for, you know, even like, you know, $100 an hour. And if you've got, you know, you've got $10 an hour, $100 an hour, even like $1,000 an hour, depending on what the sort of task is, just get rid of them. Like I said, so anything that's $10, hire someone, get rid of it immediately. Same with $100. Keep those tasks and slowly raise your time until you can put people into these roles to continue using your time best possible. And that has been the biggest thing for me. Like I said, when we focus on stuff now, not just focusing on what's pretty in the back end, but also focusing in on buying back time, which I think is Dan Martell and things writes it on there about buying back time and the importance of it and things. Haven't read the book, but I've read some snippets and things. So that's really going to be my focus now. So check in terms of where we are and what we're really looking at and things. So like I said, at the moment we're around sort of, it's around 70K, I'd say, per month. So we're just sort of shy, maybe 100, around that sort of mark, really. Between 70 and 100, we took our foot off the gas for the last 3 months for hiring to rebuild our systems. And our goal obviously then is to get that within the next 3 to 4 months to that 250K mark. So at the end of the year, we're on track to hit a million a month across the businesses and things as we do it. So that is the game plan. One thing I'd probably say to take away from this then is basically this system on here, which is audit your time, figure out what you're spending your time on, whether you track it through ClickUp or Notion, Todoist, whatever you're doing. And then what I'd probably say as well that I use, and I'll maybe show it through next time, is when I am in times when things are really busy, is creating a Google Sheet with docs on there where it's, 15-minute blocks. Every 15 minutes, I just look at what I'm doing and just write in there. And I do the same thing. Is this a money task? Is this a system task? Is this a growth task? Or is this a waste of time? Right? Just so we can slowly start to eliminate that. Profit margin takes a hit, but it puts you in a much better position to scale. So yeah, that's all I have and things for today. Like I said, if you do have any questions, anything for me, I'm guessing no one does the first video, but if you do, drop them in comments, and then slowly over time, we'll start taking care of these at the beginning. But yeah, for now, this is really where we're sitting. This is our game plan, and this is what we're going for.